You are becoming the song of your heart. How beautiful it is, how beautiful it is, as the flower blossoms forth. You are becoming the song of your heart. How beautiful it is, how beautiful it is, as the flower blossoms forth. You are becoming the song of your heart. How beautiful it is, how beautiful it is, as the flower blossoms forth. Feel the earth in your toes. Oh, my child, you'll never know what tomorrow brings. So sing, sing, sing. You are becoming the song of your heart. How beautiful it is, how beautiful it is, as the flower blossoms forth.
So we're just waiting for the host to assign. Okay, so you all have got a notification. If you would want to join the friendship rooms, please just click join. If you prefer to remain here, click on not now and you can stay in the Baba's room. So this will be the Baba's room, the main room. And if you wish to join, please join the friendship rooms and connect with each other. Connect with your long lost, now found friends. And to the dance and yoga, the dance of Gyan and yoga, which is organized by International Young Adults Retreat, which normally happens in Mount Abu. But we are going through this online series, which is the second session of the series. And today we are specially hosting it for our friends from Americas. And so I would like to say, first of all, to them, good morning to all of you, those who are in that part of the world. Good afternoon to few of us who have joined from different parts of the world. Good evening to from where I am. So I'm in Dubai, and my name is Piyush Ahuja. And it's a great fortune for me to be connected with all of my young adult friends. And really, it's just amazing to see that this whole journey, which started over a year ago, and the way it's still continuing, we are traveling across different continents and we are trying to reach out globally with each one of us. And I think our audience is just waiting. All our friends are waiting, to just connect with each other. And today we are gathering together just to see how we can more get more into the dance of the Gyan and also the dance of the yoga. And for that, we have a very wonderful speakers today with us lined up. So the first one we have is Brother Enrique. He's all the way from Spain. So I think it's good evening for you, Enrique, right? Just like us in
Yes.
Dubai.
Good evening.
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
great. Just to give you a brief about Brother Enrique, is that he's a member of the national coordination team of Brahma Kumaris in Spain, and he's a coordinator of the headquarters in Madrid. And he has done a lot of programs for peace, development of values, and spirituality with various organizations. And he's been with us for more than 10 years and in educational field. And he's also involved in training and coaching to school management teams, educational advisory teams, and teams of counselors. So along with that, that's a lot about his profile. But along with that, I want to ask you one question, Enrique, that what really makes you dance in this game? What is that aha moment of yours which says that, yeah, I really enjoy dancing in Baba's game?
Well, for me, the value of, well, first of all, Om Shanti, and it's a pleasure to be with all of you. And the energy of the youth is reaching me. So it's emerging my youth sanskars and my youth personality. So I'm feeling very close to all of you. So what makes me dance in Gyan is the feeling of freedom. For me, freedom was, even before Gyan, so important. And sometimes I was not experiencing that because I was like strange, no, and enclosed with, like in a prison sometimes. And Baba's Gyan gives me so like clear understanding and relief and so many beautiful things that create space inside myself and inside my mind, so that I can feel this freedom and this space, and this makes me dance.
That's amazing to know. I mean, the Murli which we were asked to read, and I was also reading it today, and there was this one line which he said that this was the Murli of 1988, and he said that out of 5.5 billion souls, there are just a few of us, and today we are 7 billion plus, and still there are just few of us who are connected here today. So I think this is really a fortune, really. So, I want you to guide us and inspire us. As you said, you're already feeling a lot more youth energy. So we want you to share with us your journey of this dance of Gyan and inspire us through your ways. And so for the whole session for the next 40 minutes is for you to inspire us. So I'll leave it up to you. Thank you a lot, Enrique, for joining us.
Thank you so much, Piyush. Yes, this is a wonderful journey, more than now almost 35 years. And of course, you can imagine there has been good moments, not so good moments, but at the same time, I feel that every moment is a moment to learn. Every moment is an opportunity to grow, and every moment is an opportunity to continue to move forward. And this I've learned from Daddy Yankee, She always said to me, but also I've translated so many other brothers and sisters to her. And as you can imagine, they went to her to explain so many things, old sanskar emerging, conflict of relationships. And she was always saying, this is the last time, move forward, forget it. So she had always this finger like this and this energy of enthusiasm and strength. So we were always going out from his room with a lot of power and empowerment and having this internal intention. Wow, this is the last time. And next year, sometimes again happened. So we went again to her, and she never have heard before these things. No, this is the last time you will conquer it. It comes to say goodbye, So this is my spiritual life also. Sometimes go up and down, but I feel that always is going up. Brij Mohan was saying the other day that sometimes when you climb a mountain, there are moments that you are not climbing and it seems like you are going down, but in fact you are continuing to climb. And it happens when we go to Mount Abu, we go to the road, and sometimes a little bit you go down and then you go up again. So it's part of the journey, and we are continuing to move forward and to go up, but still sometimes there are some pieces of the road that we need to experience different things. So for me, this journey has been a journey of freedom and a journey of maturity and experience. So I feel that this Murli, Baba was giving us such a great vision of who we are. So the first thing I was experiencing is the greatness of who we are, and Baba is reminding us. And when I started in Gyan, it was 86. So this was the first Murlis I've listened, and I still remember them. But now I understand them in a more deeper way. So you see how we are changing, and we are discovering things in a different way. So my feeling in this Murli is that Baba is creating this elevated consciousness, so that is creating such an interest. Because we were talking about disinterest, unlimited disinterest. And I was thinking, according to my experience, of course, that to have unlimited disinterest, you need to have unlimited interest in something. You cannot have no interest, because interest is some kind of sanskar of human beings. So the first part of the Murli is just have interest in this, and who you are. And Baba is waking up you, Baba is feeding you, Baba is allowing you to create your fortune, but he takes the responsibility. See, you just have to do things. Baba is putting you to sleep. Baba is giving everything to you. Baba is the master. You are just the instrument, just a trustee. So he gives us such a beautiful, well, I don't remember now the name in English, but he offers us such a beautiful thing, to think and to have interest in to create such a great fortune, not only for now, but for the future and also for all the cycle. So, and then he said, now you have unlimited disinterest, because we have unlimited interest in what Baba is saying. So in fact, as I understand unlimited disinterest, is in the old world, and how we can be in the old world and having this interest, because we have to be there, we have to work. I still am working, and many people ask me, you are still working? And I say, yes, I like to work, because it's not working. I've changed my mind, my perception. I'm not working, I'm all the time doing Baba's service. So everything has become a Lokik in my life. And also it's an example for many people outside, Lokik people in companies and companions, because they are talking all the time about purpose and finding your purpose and be aligned with your purpose. And I can say very honestly, all my life now, 90% or 95% is focused on my purpose. And my purpose is Baba's purpose. It's serving the world, is helping Baba to change the world and have this beautiful, unlimited project of changing this old world into a new world. And I'm part of this project. So everything I do now is connected in some way or another with this. And this is my consciousness. So then I'm not working. I'm doing service in different places. I serve different people. And my job allows me to go to different places and meet people that I will not meet in the center. So this creates me a lot of interest, not in the work, in fact, in itself, but in the service. So I think the first thing I've done is to change my Lokik vision of the things to an alokik vision. And then it's much more easy to have this interest from all things. So it's like we are not in this old world, but we are just here to serve, to be Baba's instruments, to create our fortune. And as Baba said, you are such servers that you are tireless. Doesn't mean that we have to do all the time things, but the idea is that we have, as Brahma Baba said, no, service, service, and service. So it's like a habit, no, inside yourself. How can I serve people? How can I give? How can I donate? How can I share something? No, and I remember, I will share some examples of the daddies because I met many times, and I went to Sevilla to open a center there. And I got a very good job. Baba's blessing gave me a job because I wanted to open a center, and but I had no possibility to go to another city. And then suddenly meeting a person, well, a very good job appears in the south of Spain when it was Expo 92. So I got the job, was very good paid, so I could get an apartment. And after 2 years, when the Expo was in the full potential and everything was there, Daddy Yankee came to Seville. Very hot, middle of the summer. So I saw her so detached from heat also. And she said to me, I want to visit the Expo. And I thought, well, Daddy is so detached. What interest in the Expo? This is Maya's world, no? So I hired, because I was working there, I had the opportunity to hire a electric small car. And I took her and Sister Genti, another sister, and myself and another brother in this little car around all the Expo. And I thought it will be just a few minutes, see, give drishti, and go back home. And no, I was so surprised. She was like a little child, enjoying every pavilion, very happy, going here, going there. I was becoming tired, and she still was with a lot of energy. And she had this little box of tolis all the time with her. And every moment that she met anyone in the lift, in the entrance, and whatever, she was giving toli and dristi, and enjoying everything, looking to the pavilions. And I thought, oh, this is not my perception of detachment. She's enjoying, she's enthusiastic. And then she said to me at the end, I would like to bring all the Madhuban Niwasis here so that they can see the whole world in the same place, no? So then I realized she was thinking about Madhuban also. And she was doing service at every step. So it's not that she was desiring something or enjoying from the old world, but she had a different mindset in her mind. And I was so surprised how she was really full of enthusiasm and energy and happiness. So I started to understand that unlimited disinterest is not being bored, serious, alone, separate, no interest for nothing. I think this is more being a sannyasi. But the way that Baba teaches us, as I've seen in daddies and as I've learned in myself, it's to be enthusiastic in doing service and in being in Baba's world and bring this energy to the world so that we can inspire other people and give them the example that we can be in a different way in this old world. And I inspire all of you because youth needs to see examples. Youth are very lost now, and there are very good souls there, but they don't see examples, and the examples that they see, they are not very good. So this is an opportunity also for all of you adult youth. You are not so young, some of you, I know, but to be there. And I feel that we have to be in the world in a sense of showing people that there can be another life, another way of living. So this is my experience. And I remember about intoxication and unlimited disinterest, but also fortune. I remember the first year when I was in Gyan, we were very few in Barcelona. I took Gyan in Barcelona. And at that time, we were 8 or 10 Brahmins in all Spain. And they all decided to go in Christmas time to Madhuban all together. And I stayed by myself. And the sisters said to me, you can take care of the center. Oh, this was for me. I was 3-4 years in Gyan. So what a fortune to take care of the center, no? And I was not thinking that I was staying alone and they weren't going to Madhuban and oh, what's this? No, the contrary. So I prepared a dinner for Christmas, Baba and myself. I put a photograph. I went to buy things with Baba, asking, what do you want to have for dinner? So all the time was Baba in my mind. I don't remember anything about Christmas, family. I was completely detached from everything, but in Baba's world. No? So when they came back, I went to the airport to pick them up. And I was so happy that when they arrived and see me, they said to me, I remember still, who has gone to Madhuban, you or us? Because it seems like you are more happy than all of us. No? So this is the idea that we have to bring into our consciousness and also into our actions whatever Baba says. You feed me, I eat with you, I sleep with you, you give me. All these things have to become practical. And it seems very strange, no? You eat with a picture in front of you, but it's not a picture. You feel that there is someone there, no? You go to buy food and you feel that someone is accompanying you. So if you bring Baba into your life and you sustain all these thoughts in your consciousness, as Baba said, because this is method to emerge this consciousness in your mind all the time, then the experience of intoxication is there, and then it's very, very much more easy to have unlimited disinterest. So I understand disinterest to the old world, but interest in everything that Baba is saying. So these are some of my experiences. And I feel that Baba is giving us such a new perception and new interest, no, in creating this new world. For me, it's very, very intoxicating to be part of his project and also to have a new relationship with him. And this compensates all the other relationships of the old world, because if not, we can feel pulled by them, no? So, and we need to create this energy. We need to churn about these things. We need to sustain these thoughts in our consciousness. But what happens sometimes? That this doesn't happen, no? So what comes in the way? And this is a challenge that we have. Distractions, influence, the mind becomes weak, and we start to look for other things different than what Baba says, no? But this is why we need to have determination. We need to have courage. We need to have focus. We need to have enthusiasm and go for it and create magic in our life. I always measure my happiness and my success in Brahmin life with magic. If I see that in my life there is no magic, it's a normal life, everything is okay, everything is fine, everything, I feel, I need some magic things. And what means magic? Things that are happening without your control. that things that will surprise you in a very good way, things that you don't expect and they happen. And then you have to expose yourself to these things and play with Baba and see how Baba will help you in create this magic. And then you see, wow, there is someone here, someone with you that is helping you. I can explain so many stories about this, but I will explain just one. And with this, I will finish to talk and then to give you some questions of reflection. But at one point, I was in Seville, opened the center for 16 years. And then something happened, and we see that it was better to go to Madrid to help there because there was conflict and difficult situations. And the sister for Madrid, they came back to Sevilla. And for me, Sevilla was perfect. Everything was fine, job was fine, money was fine, family was fine. But Madrid was a little bit, not very conflict, a lot of conflicts. So then I say, oh, opportunity to grow, to do something different. So I went there, I left my job in Sevilla, and I gave a lecture when I arrived to Madrid. And I challenged myself in front of the audience, and I say, I've come to Madrid, I left my jobs in Sevilla, I don't have job in Madrid, but I will not look for a job because I don't want to work so much. I'm sure that job will come to me, and I will not look because it will come enough job to have time to do these other things. And you know, this happened. Things magical happened, and my job was becoming less time, more money, because this was Daddy Yankee's thought. She said to me, work less, earn more. I say, how can I do that? Don't ask how and why. This is bad questions. Go, find the solution. And the thought was like a mantra, work less, earn more, no? And it has become a reality. Every year, more and more and more. And now I continue to work, but less, they pay me more. So I want to share with you that magic is possible with this life, being with Baba, and sustaining these powerful thoughts without even knowing how to do it, but having this faith, no? Faith, conviction, and determination that it will happen. As Daddy said to us many times, it will happen. And it happened, no? Now we had a new center in Barcelona, the first Baba's house that we have bought in Spain. Everything is rented. We had a meeting with Daddy before she left the body, a few months before. And she had a beautiful meeting with us in silence, very, very, very nice. And after listening to all of us, to the team core of Spain, she said, it will happen. She didn't say how, and no, it will happen. And it happened. A few months later, the money came, possibility came, and now there is a beautiful house in Barcelona. No? So now next dream, next magic is about a new center retreat in Spain. We never had one. And now the thought has come, and it's a need, it's the moment. So tomorrow we will go to see a new place, and let's see if the magic is there. So I want to convey you this energy of having magic in your life, and allow Baba also to bring magic in your life. Mm-hmm. So let's have some questions, and I would like you to, I will give you these questions and I will put it in the chat. So you will have all the questions in the chat. I will put it now. But don't read them, please. Read them after. So I will read the question. I will give some time. And then I will read the next questions. I will give you some time. And then I would like you to share a few minutes with other person into pairs, just to share and to create more momentum through the questions. So please sit comfortably, like a meditation, a little bit of just reflection. Close your eyes if you want, because the first one is to create consciousness, no? And connect with your fortune, with these beautiful thoughts that Baba has offered you. Baba wakes me up, Baba teaches me, Baba feeds me, Baba allows me to do things and create my fortune. Baba puts me to sleep. I am such an elevated soul, a few compared with the rest of the world. Just connect with this consciousness. Do you feel that you are such a fortunate soul? Do you feel this fortune? Do you see yourself as such unique soul? A soul who will reveal the Father through your forehead, your smile, your eyes. Immerse this scene in your mind. Just for a moment. Bring this energy, this consciousness into your mind and connect with this great fortune that you have. You are such a beautiful soul. Love I see in you with such a beautiful, elevated vision. And observe your feelings and observe what is happening inside of you. Now, when you feel, please describe what is your experience and allow your hand to write and create thoughts about your fortune and your experience of your fortune. Take a few minutes to write, to reflect, to describe what is your experience of your fortune, of these feelings, of the vision of yourself. Connect with that and write. Next question. You can continue to write after, just this to warm up and to make your intellect work. So second question, we know that we are not in this stage all the time. So what happens? What are the obstacles you find in the way? What comes in the way that doesn't allow you to keep this consciousness alive all the time, constantly? Be honest with yourself and see what obstacles are coming. What is there? Next question. What do you need? What do you need to sustain this elevated consciousness more often during the day? What do you need to sustain this elevated consciousness more often during the day? Connect with yourself, check yourself a little bit and see what is the need. What do you need for that to happen more often, more constantly? The last one is very powerful, this one. Baba has described the scenes of the end. People will realize that there is only one, and Baba was explaining more in detail in the Murli. No? And we will be the instruments to reveal the Father. He has said through our forehead, through our eyes, through our smile, through our light. So, what kind of part you would like to play during the period of transformation? Connect with your inner self, internally. What kind of part you would like to play during the period of transformation? Very good. So these were some thoughts to churn and to activate your intellect. And I would like now to create a moment of sharing, because when you share your ideas, they become more real. So I would think, because looking at time, maybe 8 minutes, just in pairs, into pairs. So you have 4 minutes each, just to share about these answers and in general, how do you see yourself? What are the obstacles? What do you need? How do you see yourself in the future? And share this with another companion. 8 minutes. So if someone can prepare the groups, wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, Brother Henrik. I thought I will have some time with you till people come back. You're muted, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. So listening to your experiences, and especially that the one when you were sharing about the center Nivasis going to Madhuban and coming back from Madhuban and seeing you, and they are asking you that, did you go to Mount Abu? So, I mean, at that, they normally say that, in your childhood days of Brahmin life, you're always that intoxicated, having that enthusiasm. But as you grow on the journey, you get a little bored, you get used to it, you get monotonous. So I want to ask you, seeing you, I still see that energy in you, that feeling that you've just come back from Madhuban. So I want to really ask you one practice which you are keeping daily in your life, in this BK life, to because you're managing both, as you said, coaching and you're doing training for the outside world as well, and yet you are still in on this journey. What keeps you? What's that one practice which you keep sustaining yourself?
Mm, Good question. I always ask myself why I'm here. I'm doing self-coaching because I've practiced so much and I see the impact on others. No, so I ask myself many times, do you want to be here? And I give myself real reasons for being here, and I convince myself that I want to be here because this, and that, and also I connect with my purpose again and again. And this is something that I try to do it very often. And also, this is my method. I don't say that this is the best method, but I also put myself without any fear in different situations. No, for example, do I want to create a new family? Because I had a child, I had a daughter, so I create family. But I put myself, do you want to create another family? Okay, let's see. Let's visualize what will happen. Okay, at the beginning, very nice. Then, oh, you will lose your freedom. No. Okay. So next scenario, maybe you get more involved in business and you get success, because I was able to do this. I met many good people and many high level people. So I see myself, but I see other people then and say, oh no, a lot of stress, then anxiety, then no time, no freedom again. Okay, no. So, I don't want to be here because of repression or something that I or fear. No, I want to be here because it's my choice, and for that I need to do the inner work, and I need to do it often because distractions, influences are always there. I cannot say that I'm free from influences, but are there. But I try to clean them with the clear purpose again of why I'm here, no, and this is what sustains me. Mhm. And as I said before, for me, being part of Baba's project to change the world, it seems very utopic. And sometimes I tell people like an utopia and say, oh, this is very nice, like thinking, wow, this is thinking. But it's very real for me. When I give a lecture, when I give something, I feel that I'm contributing in my way a little bit, but it's a little bit to change the world. So I see the bigger picture, not only the little thing that I'm doing. And this also keeps me moving on and motivated to continue in this project, because I feel it's a great project to change the world.
Yeah. I like what you just said. That one statement really touched me was that experimenting with fear. I mean, how many of us do really experiment with fear? I mean, yes, we know we have a fear in our mind, something or the other. There might be a blockage, but it is that to really go and challenge yourself and say, "So what if will happen?" Just like we said, and then visualize that, and then see if it is what really will change, and then say again, ask yourself, "So what if another situation?" And that itself breaks down that fear, and then you feel lighter, because sometimes otherwise we are in this meditation and that commentary is going on in our mind of that fear or of that situation, rather than having another commentary which is of to be flying or to be light. We become that instead of being an angel, we become a person who is stuck in his cage of that fear. The being that free bird, we become the bird in the cage. So really, that's something very beautiful, to experiment your own fears.
Exactly.
Something,
Yes.
something which
And
I
it's
look
like
forward to.
Baba said today in the Murli, being Trikaldarshi is a way. I understand being Trikaldarshi, to see a situation and to follow it. And because you have examples, or even your own life, or many people around you, you can see what is the result after a few years or whatever. And then you can decide now what to do, instead of being moved by emotions or moved by instant gratification or something very short term, no? So it helps you to conquer all these desires or wishes that we can have at any point in this journey, because it's a long journey. So many things happen, and you have to be prepared for that. No?
That's amazing. So we'll ask our audience, our friends, to come back
Come back,
now.
yes.
Shall we? Okay.
You are working there in Dubai, or?
Yeah, that's why I asked you that question. I'm in the Lockheed life. I'm having a business. So I was laughing at you when you said that you go into expansion and then you come back and you think, okay, there's a lot of stress and anxiety. So I go through that phases. So yeah, I'm handling two businesses, a Lockheed business and this a Lockheed business. So I'm in Dubai since all my childhood. And yeah, it's a beautiful, we have a nice gathering of youth here, nice sustenance. Have you been to Dubai before?
I've been several times, but just going to Madhuban, no? And I stop usually in Abu Dhabi with Sona,
Ah,
but because usually I
right.
go through with Etihad, no? But now I know you, so next time I will go through Dubai so I can visit you.
Yeah. Please, most welcome. In fact, I yesterday India, they are opening the tourist visa very for
Oh,
the
yes?
vaccinated. Yeah, they are opening. So we
I'm
all will.
vaccinated, so I'm ready.
So that's it. We are hoping that our next retreat is again back in December in Mount Abu. So usually our retreats happen in December, the
Yes, I know.
international youth.
Yes.
And we are hoping that if things get normal, our next retreat is back in December. Many of us are waiting for that. Okay, so
Wonderful.
they are back here. So I'll leave it up to you now.
Very good. So welcome back. And now we have a few minutes just to who wants to share anything about the conversation on anything that we want to share, or even if you want to ask something. So now it's the opportunity for you to express yourself, share something or ask something. No one?
Om Shanti. Can I share something? Yeah. So,
Yes, of course.
what brother entry you have shared about that the magic moments or how to make the miracle in Brahmin life. So I also experience most of the time in this journey. So I actually learned this aspect, the how on especially on Thursdays Baba says that he's like Satguru and give all the blessings. So I used to experiment on this Thursday's speciality, and I see how it when we really follow Baba and tell Baba whatever we really needed, it as if it's already happened. So I not only myself I do myself, but also I experiment with other BKs who are in touch. So the same mantra, so it like a magic. So it happened. Some of them after the magic happened, whether they follow or not, but at least they experience that magic moments of this Satguru or blessings and all, being obedience to Baba. So that's the journey becomes so smooth when we use this experiences, and when you recollect that, you feel that as if Baba is taking care of everything, and we have to just be an instrument in terms of to allow him to do that magic and to be in his company. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, it's like this, as you described. Thank you for your experience. Anyone else wants to share? How do you see yourself in the future, in the end? What is your role? Anyone wants to share?
Yeah, brother, thanks.
Yeah.
So that's what my question was. Like, there was a deep question which you asked, like fourth number, like what kind of part you would like to play during the period of transformation. So that really, it was really insightful, because we are so busy with a lot of things happening during these days and during last 2 years. Maybe it could be in the corporate or even in the seva. So that fourth aspect is really insightful, that what would be the last part. So it can't be answered in a few seconds or few minutes, but
I cannot hear you.
Piyush brother, are you able to hear me?
Now.
Okay. So that the question is like really touched, that when we are so much of busy with lots of seva, lots of challenges, deadlines, but we never knew that what will happen next. And Antmati Sugati, that what Baba used to told. So that is something which I should be more cautious all the time. So thanks for bringing up across. Yeah.
Thank you, Puneet. It's true. And for me, it happens the same, because as I said before, I have enthusiasm to do things, to create things, to be involved I'm a very active person. So I have to hold myself because I have to remind myself, hey, these are the last moments. And at the same time, things are coming, so we have to respond to them. So we cannot stop and be doing nothing. So many things are happening, but the question, I think, is where I put my intellect. I have to be, a part of my intellect has to be connected with Baba, and then continue to do things, because we cannot stop doing things. And this is our destiny, in fact, till the end. At the end, then we will stop everything and say, okay, now let's sit in yoga and now let's fly home. But till that moment, I think we will be very busy. Baba said sometimes that we will not have time to sleep. You have heard this, no, in Baba's Murli? So let's see next scenes what will be. Anyone else?
Yeah, Shanti, brother.
Om
You have
Shanti.
mentioned beautifully that your perspective, everything turned a locket for you. Now, these days, I find myself meeting so many people online, and I notice that I see a different me when I'm with people from the outer world compared to who I am truly with Baba or with other Baba's children. So, and when I see a difference, I also see a difference in the way I would normally react. So now, how do we make it the same as what we would be with Baba or with Baba's children?
Well, it's a good question, and it's an art. We have to train ourselves. It's not so easy. But I remember when I started to work in Madrid, so it's 16 years ago, as an executive coach, because before I was a trainer in schools, but in Madrid, I changed my job and I found this coaching and all these things. Sister Genti came to Madrid, and I was in the car with her, and I asked her, and I explained to her, you know, Sister Genti, I got a new job. It's much better paid, and it's not so much time, but I have to be with people. It's coaching. And she said to me, oh, this is very easy job, very easy. You just sit in front of the person, you listen in silence, and you see the soul in front of you, and you will see magic will happen. And I say, oh, wonderful. So it seems easy and not so easy, but in fact, this is the way, you know, try to see others as a soul and be a little bit detached and allow things to happen, and you will see magic will happen. Really, magic happens also in the business field, you know. It's a question of trusting more than controlling, no, in allowing things to happen, but also you be in the right consciousness, no. And many times I'm in a you know, I few months ago, I finished a coaching process for 1 year with an executive of UK by higher level. And my brother was listening to me outside in a coaching session. And it took 1 hour and a half. And at the end, he said to me, but Enrique, you are doing coaching. What are you doing? You are doing nothing. You are just saying, yes, yes. Well, yes, great. Well done. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. And you have doing this. And I say, yes, he wants to speak all the time. And then he said to me, wonderful session, wonderful session. I realized so many things. And I say, okay. And sometimes, I'm telling you the truth, this is only between us, don't tell you. Sometimes even I don't understand the English, because they speak so, English people, they speak so, I would say, very close English, no? So, and corporate language. So I don't understand even. And I say, oh yes, what else? And they pay me quite well for that. But don't tell them. So try to see them as a soul, and things will happen. This is my experience also. Well, I think time is over. So I pass to you.
We can take one more. We have
Yes,
3 minutes.
I have time. So whatever you want.
Om Shanti, brother, just one quick question. How do you actually make it happen? Like work less, earn more, like an Lokik job? How does one make that happen? Thank you.
Well, it happened after a long period of time. It didn't happen one day to the other. I always check with with Daddy Yankee my job, no, in different moments in my life. So for me, Daddy Yankee has been my professional coach, not only spiritual but also professional. She has gave me very good advices and very powerful thoughts. So first, I was working all the day, and I said to her, "Daddy, I want to spend more time in the center." And this was my pure feelings, my pure intentions. So she said to me, "Okay, find a job where you work less and you have more time." Well, this was the first step. So I put my intention and I look for that and I find it with Baba's help. Then I went back and say, "Daddy, I want to work a little bit less because I want to be more in the center." So then she said to me, "Okay, work 2 or 3 days per week and the rest you dedicate to the center." She never said to me how, but the thought was there. And Baba's help and my intention. And then the last time she said to me, "Work less and earn more." So I cannot give you a method of how, but I can give you the thoughts that Daddy gave me. And for me, thoughts with determination and with Baba's help become reality. So I think this is the key, to have faith in these thoughts, to have determination that this will happen, and have the intention that why I want this happen so that I can use my time for Baba service. So this is the intention, of course. And then Baba helps you in so many ways. I can continue to talk and explain so many stories about job, how I got all these jobs that I have without looking for the job. They came to me. So 30 years, job is coming to me instead I'm looking for the job. And you know, when I use my time for Baba, and I have to say sometimes no to some projects or something, and I go to Madhuvan or to a project or to a service meetings or whatever, when I come back, they phone me and 2 good things happen about job, and they pay me well and say, "Okay, Baba, thank you. I've said not this, and this comes again." Or if I use my money for Baba service, and I put my money in there in one project or one thing, and I say, "Well, I put this here because it's needed." Next week, boom, they phone me, "Enrique, do you want to do this?" And oh, I've recovered the money again. So it's like a game, but we need to be detached, and we need not to have personal desires for that, and really play the game as a game. I remember that the Yankee, she was saying, "I put a hand here, money comes from here, and I put the hand here, and money goes out there." So everyone wants Daddy Yankee to be in their projects because he puts the hand, the money comes, the money goes. So we are instruments. So we are working or not working or doing service. Everything is Baba's world. And if you have this consciousness, many things happen. And yes, we have to be detached, because if we have caught up in the scene, then the energy doesn't flow. But if you allow the energy to flow, magic will happen. But have this determined thought that I want to work less, I want to earn more, and I want to dedicate this time for Baba service. And Baba will help, or at least this is my experience.
Okay, so I just want to really just say that, I mean, I don't know how the time passed, and I can really tell you, I really enjoyed listening, laughing with you, and I'm sure that a lot of you all were laughing, even though your cameras were off. But really, your experiences was light, and it made us believe in magic. I think the only time I used to believe in magic was when I was reading Harry Potter, but now I think there is a good magic happening here also. And really, your points were very practical, and something which you made us believe that how the Gyan is you really enjoy in the Gyan. And I like one thing which you said, that if you want to have unlimited disinterest, you need to have unlimited interest here in something, which is something which we try to get disinterested into the world. But then, we might sometimes end up thinking like a sannyasi. You want to leave everything. But no, what you said was that you need to have unlimited interest here, really. And that's when you progress. So I would take back from that and hope that we all are really going to do the 4 questions which you gave us. We'll keep churning on them, and we'll keep reflecting what you said. And we'll let the magic really flow in our hearts and our minds with this spiritual Baba's beautiful Gyan. And now, so for all of us, we are not closing the session. We are just going to take, let's say we have 7 minutes left. So we are going to give you 7 minutes to stretch, 7 minutes to have your tea, coffee, water, juice, just 7 minutes break so that we all can join with our second speaker who's already with us here. And so I don't want any one of you to leave. It's Sister Manda, who's come all the way from UK, and she's already here. And she's here from the starting, so she's waiting. So you better not leave any one of you, because otherwise you all will have to get a class from her. Though she's a very interesting and a beautiful speaker. So let's see all of you back in 7 minutes. We will have just silence here now with some music, and we'll join you back in 7 minutes, just to stretch and just to come back. That's right. Someone just wrote BRB, be right back.
Thank you
Om
to
Shanti.
Enrique.
Thank you to all of you. Has been wonderful to share with you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
So I think the time flew, right? And we were very quick. We just gathered our thoughts, had some water, and I hope you all are fresh and back. So now with us, we have a very special person who, if you ask me, I got to know her very well from last year in the COVID. Though I know her from a long time, but I connected with her more since last year. And she's no other than Sister Manda. So good evening, Sister Manda. Thank you for joining us today. And she's been here all throughout the beginning of the session, and she's listening to us. Now, to give you a formal introduction, I really don't know a formal introduction for Sister Manda, and as you know, you can see from her expression, she wouldn't like that formal introduction. But just to tell in one line, she's been in this Yargir since 40 years. All that gray hair is with a lot of wisdom, a lot of happiness, a lot of fun. And, to describe about Sister Manda, I just want to describe in one form. I want to share with you all just one thing. And it's a perfect description about her. So just hold on. Now, this is Sister Manda for you. She's been around since that time when Dadi was there. And you can see from her smile, that's Sister Manda, who's always there in the background, wherever Dadi used to be with Dadi Janki. And I have seen so many pictures and videos of her where she's there with Dadi always. So she has some beautiful memories with Dadi, and today I'm sure she will also give some feeling of us to that beautiful memories, and to really show us that what makes her dance in this yoga. So we are into the second part of the session, which is the dance of yoga now. The first part was dance of Gyan with Enrique, and now we have Sister Manda to tell us about dance of yoga. So let me ask you, Manda, what really makes you dance? In one question which I want to ask you, what makes you dance?
Thank you, Piyush, and thanks for not making a long formal introduction, which I never feel is necessary, especially in the Brahmin family, because our real introduction is our vibration and our energy. And I think that people decipher that for themselves. So thank you for not going there. And thank you for showing that beautiful photograph that I remember so well. It was at the time when we used to have marquee events. So we would construct this temporary structure at the back of the retreat center, and we'd have up to 1,800 BKs coming. And it would be just fun on the stage with the dadis. There would always be one dadi or another, and it would just be so much fun. So yeah, that's my memory of the dadis, just being with them and keeping them entertained and so on. So I'm very happy that I've been asked to explore this topic of yoga, because it's a topic that I think each one of us will continue to explore till the days when we become karmatit. And I was curious, I wanted to hear what Enrique was going to say and what all of you were going to say, just to get a sense, get pick up the vibes and energy. So that's why I've been listening to Enrique, and he was complaining about the English of the English. But it was a good complaint that he didn't understand. I thought, so I wonder if he would understand my English. My English is Indian English. So I'm sure he'll understand my Indian English. But yoga, it is the most important subject. It's something that we are reminded of a lot. And actually, in the Murli that you've all been studying, Baba was talking about becoming intoxicated on the basis of the fortune that we have. And he was recounting all the different ways in which he is distributing fortune. And this aspect that Bhagwan is distributing Bhagya. And actually this morning I remembered in class, and I think my translation is correct. I could be wrong, but there are in India, there are different words that people use for God. So one word is Prabhu. Prabhu, the one who lives beyond. Bhu means this physical world. Prabhu, so God, the one who lives beyond, who is from beyond this world. Then, of course, we all know this expression, Ishwar. And if I know correctly, Ishwar is the one who is a Lord of love, the one who gives love, ocean of love. And then there is Paramatma, the Supreme Soul, Param Atma, the soul who is the supreme out of all souls. And then fourthly, Bhagwan. Bhagwan, the one who distributes fortune. So I think that in order for us to explore this subject of yoga, it's important to take up this aspect that's mentioned in this Murli about Bhagya. And the Bhagya, the greatest Bhagya. Sorry, to answer your question about dance, I have to say, when I think of it, what it is that makes me dance is knowing that I have God in my life, is knowing that God is by my side, is knowing that God is available to me at any time, any place, anywhere. All I have to do is to call out to him. And knowing this, there is a sense of a feeling of assurance and certainty. No matter how much turmoil there might be in my life at this moment in time, no matter what might be going on in my life, but at the end of the day, I know that I have in my life the one that can make the impossible possible, the one that the world calls out to be able to have and to hold and to be with at all times. And I have that God in my life. So what really makes me dance is the fortune and the fortune that I found God, this Bhagya that God is in my life. And when I forget that, that's when I stop dancing. Sorry, excuse me. That's when I stop dancing. And that's when I'm sorry, I'm going to have to get some water. So I feel what is important is for us to remember this. My line in this Murli was that Baba also invokes you. Come, experience the stage of being equal to the Father. Sit with me. Therefore, where is the Father sitting? In a high place and in a high stage. So if you're sitting with the Father, what would your stage be? So, and then of course, remembering that at Amrit Vela, Baba wakes us up, Baba is with us, he's the one who is Karan Karavan Har, and he's the one who is doing everything, but also makes us the instruments to do everything. He is the one who is feeding me. And I think we're at a point right now in at the confluence age, whereby we have to arrive at that place where, and I like what Henrique was saying, and it's something that we're all aware of and we have to be conscious of, that service becomes a natural part of our lives. It shouldn't be. It was, I think, it was in this Murli, wasn't it? In this Murli when Baba is speaking to Dadi Janki, where Baba was saying that wherever it is that the Maharathis go, there is service. Even when you eat, there is service. And so today, can I claim that when I eat, there is service? Why is it that Baba is saying that? It's not necessarily for anything else other than the fact that their closeness to Baba, their point of reference becomes Baba to such an extent that there is no separation for them in their consciousness about where God comes in and where they go out, or where they go in and what God goes out. There is no separation, because the love of the soul, the appreciation of the soul for God is so much that it's as if Baba lives inside of them. I mean, just imagine that notion for your own self, that when you're in love with God, God lives inside of you. I mean, you know very well in Bhakti, they talk about God living inside of you. But we know that it's not about literally God living inside of you, but the fact that I remember Baba, I love Baba, and I have yoga with Baba to such an extent that it's as if every particle of my body is filled with God's energy and God's love, God's purity and God's truth. And so then when there is that conviction and when there is that awareness of being in God's company to that extent, then whatever I do, to whatever extent I do it, Baba is present with me, and service is involved in that presence of God with me. And so I think that this is the aim that we now have to have at this point in time, where, you know, I also remember one of the things I love the most when I hear about Brahma Baba is that there was a time when Shiv Baba came into the body of Brahma Baba, but there was a time when Shiv Baba was not present in the body of Brahma. And yet Baba's remembrance of Shiv Baba was so powerful and so profound that people had the experience that Baba was present in Brahma Baba. And this is an interesting thing. When Baba is talking about the Dadis in that way, that every step that they take, and we've felt it when we've gone in front of Dadis, and I have that personal experience, which was so emotionally moving that whenever I sat in front of her and she gave me that piercing drishti, it was not as if it was not that I was being seen by Dadi Janki. It was as if I was being seen by God. It was the experience of being seen by Baba in such a way that you become so transparent. And that's because Dadi was not giving drishti in her persona that she likes this person because they're like this, or they do good service, or they have this, or they have that. Nothing. It was that her absolute awareness of her own self as a child of God, as an instrument of God, to such an extent that where she looked, you felt God's eyes piercing through her. And so my feeling is that we also have to become aware that our consciousness has to be so naturally in the awareness of the self as a spiritual being. The consciousness has to be so connected with Baba in a natural way that I have the feeling that I'm in Baba's company and that Baba is with me, that I trust Baba, Baba trusts me, and that others also have the feeling that whatever choices and decisions that I make, they're backed by Baba. They're backed by Baba's trust as well. And so, and then today in this Muri that you studied, Baba was really drawing our attention to becoming intoxicated on the basis of knowing all of this, knowing that this is my fortune to be in the company of God. And so when you have intoxication, it's not this external sense of joy and elatedness, but is this quiet, deep, silent awareness or silent sense of presence of absolute beauty and joy and truth in such a gracious way that you feel gracious yourself. You appreciate the graciousness of life. And so, when you remember, when you want to be in Baba's remembrance, when you want to be able to bring that presence, then to know that my appreciation, my graciousness brings that presence available. And so I'm at a point where I don't want to think that I'm going somewhere to remember Baba, or that I have to do something in order to remember Baba, but actually to prepare my consciousness in such a way that I feel myself in God's presence. I feel that life in itself is a gift from God, that everything that happens, everything that comes to me because God is providing that for me. And so when I sit in powerful yoga also, just the other day, in fact, I was thinking about this. And in fact, remembering this point of Baba, come and sit with me. So let's experiment with this aspect. Do I have to make the effort to remember Baba? Or do I have the awareness that I come or I go and sit with Baba? Doesn't matter, or Baba has come to sit with me. It doesn't have to be that you go to sit with Baba. But also, in terms of yoga, we often think that we have to leave this physical world and we go somewhere else, we go beyond, we go up above. But I also feel now that it's not about going anywhere. It's about being such in your own consciousness that comes to me. So when I remember Baba so powerfully, when I become so silent, when I become so light, when I become so subtle, that the soul world becomes present here for me, with me. And so it's not just for me, but then whoever it is that comes in this atmosphere and vibration and energy feels Baba's presence, and that, or the presence of the soul world, that the soul, I have created the soul world here and now. And so this is the practice. And so, when I become soul conscious, let my attention be so focused in that way that I'm not trying to be bodiless. I'm not trying to let go of the consciousness of the body, but it's as if the body melts away. It's as if the body just kind of disintegrates, if you like. So these are the two things I'd like to focus on. So just sit comfortably and relax. I'd like to do a little meditation commentary for us for a few minutes. And then what I will do, I have actually selected an Avyak Baptada video where Baba is giving drishti. And so I'd like you not to focus too much on the drishti itself. I don't want you to focus on the image on the screen itself, but I'd like you to just be catching the vibrations. Feel yourself there with Baba. You know, when I used to see Avyak Baptada, I wanted to see that if you know, what is Baba seeing through his eyes? And if I think of myself as that subtle soul, like Bapdada entering this physical body, looking out through the eyes, what am I seeing? What am I feeling? We felt Baba's presence, and we all became kind of absorbed in that presence. So let's sit comfortably and relaxed, and take a deep breath. Become aware of if you have your camera off because you're doing something else at the same time while you're listening. I'd like to suggest that for the next 15 minutes, you switch on your camera if you want to, but at least switch off whatever else it is that you might be doing. Sit quietly. Give yourself this gift. Sit still. Sit comfortably. Sit relaxed in such a way. If we have the music a little bit low, softer still. Just observe your breath, because when your attention is on your breath, you will find that your mind won't become distracted anywhere else. As you observe your breath, Pran is what breath is called in Hindi. And the living energy in the soul, the soul is also called Pran. It's living breath. I often used to observe Bapdada breathing in Dadi Gulzar's body. And Baba's breath, absolutely gentle, peaceful, serene. And as you take breath, become aware how this breath gives life to your physical body. It keeps it going, keeps it alive. And just become aware of this living aspect of the body and the livingness of the soul. Let your attention be focused at the center of your forehead. Become aware of the light that you are. This intense, bright, but soft and gentle light. As you focus and rest your attention on this light, this deep sense of peace. This living energy that you are, pure light, light of truth. The only thing that exists that is real and true in life is this energy of I. And it is from this absolute place of peace when I recognize the depth of silence, of the light that I generate. And it is this light, it is the light of peace, light of God surrounds me here. And I rest in comfort with you, Baba. I am with you. I can feel your availability for me. Right now I am sitting here. You are allowed. I am allowed to bathe in your energy of peace, your energy of love, your energy of light. And in your company, in your presence, as I absorb your purity, there is no separation between you and I. You look at me with deep and pure love, of compassion, of kindness. It is your kindness and your love. You hold my hand. In fact, I feel embraced. Embraced by your gentle, sweet, and soft purity. The same is emerged inside my own self. Soft, gentle, sweet purity. I sit behind my eyes. Actually, I sit with you, the whole of my being, my mind, my intellect, my heart, my personality, my unique personality. And in your drishti, I feel your appreciation and your value of who I am, not just as a point of light, but as a soul on this journey. It's not a question of pretending who I am or what I am. But you tell me every day. I see in your eyes every day. I hear it in your words every day. Left with myself. But I'm never alone. I'm always in your company. You are just a thought away. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for holding me. Thank you for your drishti. As I recall your drishti, that drishti penetrates not only my eyes, my heart, but every particle of my body, of this matter that I occupy. And as a result of that, this matter too becomes translucent. It no longer holds me. It no longer ties me to itself, but it supports me and guides me to return to you whenever I choose. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, Manavendra. That was really powerful, deep feeling of the real yoga. I was just transported, when we started the session, we were in Baba's room, and now seeing Baba the Srishti, it just feels that we are not far from Madhuban. We are much there only. Baba said in today's Mundi also, right? I mean, in the Mundi which we are, that if you are asked to stay more than 15 days, you would love to extend it, right? So, yeah, that was the feeling. Well, we don't want to really close today's session, but we have to give time to goodbye. So before we do a goodbye, what we were thinking is if we could have both Sister Manda and Brother Enrique in one frame, so that we could have a 3-minute drishti with the two of them giving to us. And this time, I humbly request all of us if we could turn on our cameras, and it would be really amazing, just for 3 minutes, and then we can switch it off. So, yeah, if we can do that for 3 minutes from now in silence. And I think we don't need any music or anything, just drishti and just connecting with each other, soul to soul. So for 3 minutes, we'll just remain in silence now. Om Shanti.
Shanti.
Thank you to Brother Enrique and Sister Manda both for taking us to the dance of Gyan and the dance of yoga. And thank you for both of you being there throughout the session. And thank you to all of you who have joined with us today. Before we go, Sister Manda, would you just like to say a few closing words for this group, and something that you would like to?
Always inspiring to see the young ones taking so much interest in Gyan and yoga. I was very young when I came into Gyan. I was 21. I had Gyan when I was 19. And I actually decided to follow the BK life when I was 21. And I consider myself to be very lucky that I came to Baba so early in life. And so I think it's extra fortune. So you're also very lucky. Stay with it and keep moving forward. Baba's by your side, because you're the next generations that have to take everything forward. We're retiring now. We're going to be your backbone. We're going to be your backbone. We're going to have your back, and you're going to move forward.
Brother Enrique, would you like to add something to Sister Manda? He just became youth today. He just said he feels the energy of the youth. And you just said you're making us retire.
I'm retiring. I've done lots of running around for 40 years. I'm done with it now. But I'm very happy to be with you, hold your hand, sit with you, chat with you, and support you. I'm very happy to do that. Anytime, any place, as long as you want. As long as you do the running around and I sit and hold your hand.
Same for me. Available for all of you. And I wish you the best. Continue to move forward.
Great. Thank you to both of you. And yes, we will have more of you both soon, because we usually have a December retreat, which is a grand one. So far, it is not well. We are not sure how it will be happening, whether it will be in Madhuban or it will be on Zoom. Well, let's see. But to let all of us know that we have a beautiful team behind who works, and it's not just one or two people. We have about 8 to 9 people, in fact, more than that even. And some of them are here today with us. So I just want to let all of us know that to just thank these people who are there as a backbone. And, let me just call out the names. You can see there is Asi is there. If you can just Asi say, there is Suzanne, there is Chandan, there is Shyam, and there are many more. But as of now, they are there who are with us now. So it is really, we would like to thank all of them. And so before we end, just a few announcements. One is that the recording will be available soon. We will be having, you can subscribe to the IYF channel on the YouTube. We will post the recording in few days because we will edit it and repost it. And for everyone who wants to be part of the IYF mailing list, on your chat box, you can see the email list mentioned there. So you can just send us your email with your details, and then we will add you to the mailing list. And our next event, we'll let you know soon. So we hope to come back to you also. And in the future, yes, there will be future events for sure. And that's what we said. We'll come back to very soon. As of now, yesterday we heard one of the very good news is that India is opening up tourist visas again for vaccinated travel. So hopefully Madhuban opens. So if you all are willing, let's join there and do a Zoom plus a live update. And Sister Manda, there is one people want to know what's the update of GRC also. We got some news from Madhuban, some news from GRC.
Yeah, well, the building company is out now, and so we're just setting up the place. Lots of work happening. Lots of work. Quite a bit is left still to do, but it's happening. And in the next couple of months, we should be having Brahmins come for retreats.
There you go. So you have two options very soon, in a couple of months. It looks like December is going to be a busy event month. 1,800 people, you said the last time you used to have?
That was when we had marquee events, yes.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You have also in Spain another retreat center which is ready now. So we have that place also to explore, as I said. So great, all of you. Thank you, and Om Shanti, and hope to see you all soon again. And we'll keep in touch with you. Till then, goodbye. Om Shanti.
Goodbye.